2, 1, 0. Going live.
Hello,
And we are
everybody.
live.
Hi, everybody. We're on day 2 of It's Time to Let the Net Work. Today, for the panel, today we have an amazing panel lined up. This is called Geopolitics. It's called Geopolitics and the Internet, the role that technology plays in global issues. As you all know, that SFLC has been tracking the internet shutdown since 2012, and we have the only real-time tracker that is available in India, and we have revamped our website to make it more comprehensible to aid research and advocacy against internet shutdowns. Our tracker can now drill down to districts to show an exact picture of how deep the water is. We have, of course, added a number of other features also. So if you haven't, please go check out a new internet shutdowns tracker. The event will also see a release of 3 films on internet shutdowns, which will be available in 5 languages. We will be playing a trailer right now. The moderator of the day is Miss Nishi Chaudhary, who is a technology lawyer and the founder of SFLC.in. She is also the legal director of SFLC New York. After the trailer, we'll hand it over to Mishi. So, can we play the trailer, please?
Do we get to watch the trailer?
Yeah.
January 2012. Even as the country celebrated its status as a free and sovereign republic, there were severe restrictions that were placed on the usage of internet in the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir.
The desire to control is universal. The authorities everywhere would like to have control. Whether it is the control over the free flow of information, or about the narrative, or about what what you and I would call free speech and expression and right to dissent or right to offend.
Largely dominated by mobile internet users, India is the second largest country-wise market in the world. It also happens to lead every other country in terms of the number of internet shutdowns imposed every year. The durations of these blockades is entirely arbitrary, ranging from 24 hours to 552 days. Oddly enough, records related to these shutdowns are not maintained by either the Department of Telecom or the Ministry of Home Affairs.
There was no space also to counter what the government was trying to say. So all these things contributed to creating a very, very sinister situation on the ground. And that, I think, is something that we are still unable to process.
Over to you, Mishi.
Okay, thanks Radhika, and thanks the entire team of SFLC.in. I hope you all can hear me fine. The sentence of last year has been, you are on mute. I am not on mute, but more attempts are being made to keep a lot of people on mute these days. Thank you all for joining. So in June of 2020, we saw in the Galwan Valley region, Indian and Chinese forces had a violent face-off. The melee fighting on 15th and 16th June resulted in the deaths of 20 Indian soldiers and casualties of 43 Chinese soldiers. It led to a call by several people about boycott of Chinese goods. India's Ministry of Information Technology said it was banning 59 Chinese apps. After receiving many complaints from various sources about apps that were stealing and surreptitiously transmitting users' data in an unauthorized manner. This June, I think it's just June is perhaps the month where everybody starts paying attention to apps. President Biden's executive order replaced the earlier president's order. The new order is also aimed at safeguarding American sensitive data, which would force some Chinese apps to take tougher measures to protect private information if they want to remain in the US market. Now, the order which it is replacing had banned the popular Chinese applications WeChat, which is owned by Tencent Holdings, and also ByteDance TikTok. TikTok is back because US courts halted those bans. In April of this year, G7 declared their collective recovery from COVID-19 and said that that must be rooted in a desire to build back a better, more productive and resilient economy with digital technology at its heart. It's a different story that when you're sitting in the global north, then even the virus now discriminates in contrast to if you're in the majority part of the world, which is the global south. That G7 declaration also had an open society statement that talked about internet shutdowns. India signed that statement, but only when the words said that they are against politically motivated internet shutdowns. The tracker obviously tells you that that India is the shutdown capital of the world. So it's an interesting thing which we will now examine. Last week, we also saw that President Biden had warned President Putin of Russia that time was running out for him to rein in the ransomware group striking the United States. So what we're doing today is that this period of last year and a half or 2 years will not only be remembered as the time of the pandemic, but it will also, yes.
Michelle, I need to interrupt you. I think there's a glitch on the YouTube side. We are live on the stream, but we are still not live on the YouTube. I will just take a minute to rectify that. Yeah.
What is a tech panel without tech issues? So
yeah.